What's up, guys? I'm so glad you joined us today. And you're probably wondering where Tevis is. I'm also wondering the same things, because she knows what time we're supposed to start today. I even sent her the flow, and so I know for a fact she knows. But the show must go on. And so today we're going to continue to talk about Joshua. And to kind of review, remember Joshua was the leader of the Israelites who took over after Moses died. He was chosen by God to lead the Israelites into the promised land. And last week, we talked about him getting through the Jordan River and how with God, all things are possible. And today we're going to talk through the first battle that occurs as they start to enter the promised land. And our main point for today is, I know God is faithful.
Whoa. You started without me? And you've already gotten to the main point? Jeez, Jay, why don't you just say the prayer and we'll pack up?
You're being ridiculous. Tevis, you know how I am about this flow sheet. We need to stick to the instructions. That includes being on time. But why are you even late?
Jay, you and your schedule.
I
had to make a couple stops by the store to get ready for my bit today. It's a good one, but that's not the point. But I also had to get something for my best friend's birthday. Her name is Liz, and this is a big birthday for her.
Okay. Are you sure you have a bit today? Let me check the schedule, because I know how you just want to add things. Oh, it's actually on here today. Great job. It doesn't really say what it is, so I'm a little nervous, but at least it's on the schedule. But it is Liz's birthday. Happy birthday, Liz! But I still don't see why that made you late.
Well,
I've been sitting here waiting on you.
We'll get into that part later.
Okay.
But it's time for my bit, War with Tevis.
War?
Dun, dun, dun.
War with Tevis?
Yep.
These titles are getting a little insane. First the hot sauce and then the war?
Okay.
That's intense.
Well, let me explain. You take these.
Goggles?
And then let's go.
Wait, where are we going? All right, we're going.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tevis, and we are on the battlefield. We're going to war today.
We're going to war.
All right, and by war, we mean a card game, no violence. All right? Just water balloons.
Only with balloons.
Here's the rules.
Okay.
Each of you get half the deck. When I say, take the deck. When I say I declare war, you flip your card over, and the highest card wins, and the loser gets a water balloon somewhere on them, wherever I hit. I declare war!
Oh!
You! Boom!
That's messed up.
Boom,
here we go.
son!
Oh!
I declare war! No! You lost!
Ooh! I won.
Boom.
I won.
Punishment!
You lost.
I declare war! Don't get it. Last round.
Last one.
For all the water balloons.
Okay, here we go.
I declare no!
Shoot!
The cards! Now I see the cards!
Oh, sure.
The cards!
I declare war!
Oh! Come on, Tevis. Do it big.
Oh!
I'm done for real.
This has been War with Tevis.
Yes, it has.
Congratulations, Jay, for winning. And congratulations, Najee, on your new clean t-shirt.
You look good.
You look wet.
good.
You look wet.
Thanks, guys.
All right, back to the show. Now that was a good time.
Tevis, we have to start discussing these bits before we get here.
No, I like
I'm glad I brought another shirt to put on because I was soaking wet, but I would have been more mentally prepared if I knew what was happening before I got here.
Well, that's the fun part. Duh. Anyway, back to Liz's birthday today. It is stressful. I am stressed. I have a big responsibility for her today, and I am stressed.
Okay, but why would your friend's birthday make you stressed?
Well, let me tell you. She specifically asked me to make her a birthday cake.
Okay, so make the cake.
Jay, I
She
don't
asked
bake.
you make
You
the
don't
cake.
understand. I don't bake. I don't even know why she wants me to because I don't bake like at all.
Okay, bacon's pretty easy. We just need to find you a recipe and it'll be all good. It'll be great. We'll find you a good
Jay,
recipe.
you're not listening to me. I don't bake. Did you not hear me? Are you not listening? I don't bake.
I really think you'll be fine, Tevis. But we need to get to teaching today, so you're going to have to get it together.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? Can we
I'm
start?
ready.
You good? All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
As I was saying earlier, today is all about the Israelites' battle in Jericho. You see, they were in the promised land, but it wasn't quite theirs yet. There were other people there.
The intriguing part was that Jericho was a walled city, which means it was surrounded by big, high walls so nobody could get in. These walls were used to protect from intruders.
Yeah, and the usual way of conquering the wall during that time would be to climb over it with ladders or ramps, or dig beneath it and crawl under it. But Joshua was told by his guide that he should not do either of those, which was kind of wild. I mean, how are they going to get in? Well, God told Joshua to have priests carry the Ark of the Covenant, and 7 priests with 7 trumpets of ram's horn were to march in front of the Ark playing their trumpets. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They were to march around the city once a day for 6 days. And on the 7th day, the men were to march around the city 7 times. After the 7th circle, the priests were to make one long blast with the trumpets. And at the trumpet sound, the people were to shout loudly, like go all out. I think it was a little louder
Like
than
that?
that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Can you go
that's
louder?
not-
Can you do louder? That's pretty good.
Thank you, because I was more like a duck than a trumpet.
Yeah.
But walls will come down either way. That is pretty wild.
Yes.
If you think about this, you roll up to this massive wall.
Big wall.
Big old wall.
Yes.
Surrounds a land that you were promised by God, and then bam! You are told to have priests walk around playing trumpets?
Trumpets.
Not to crawl over it and claim what's yours, not to like dig under it and conquer it, but to do this for 7 days. That takes a lot of trust and faith.
Well, we have learned in the past that Joshua is a man that follows instructions well. So even if it sounded crazy, he was going to listen to God and trust him. He's seen how faithful God has been before, and Joshua knows that he will continue to be faithful.
Seeing the work he's done before certainly helped him trust.
That's right, but that brings in a good question for us to think about, and for you guys. Have you ever been given instructions before that you weren't sure how they would work out? Or have you ever been told to do something that didn't make much sense to you?
The Faithful Hall of Fame, Joshua. This is Joshua.
Oh, hey.
Joshua was the leader of the Israelites, who God used to bring his people to the promised land.
Yeah, let's do it.
When God told Joshua it was time to take the promised land, Joshua sent spies into the city of Jericho. While those spies were in Jericho,
Come on!
they were protected by a woman named Rahab. The spies promised to spare Rahab and her family when they took back the land.
Yay!
And she hung a scarlet cord from her window to remind them of their promise.
See you soon!
Now the Israelites had crossed the Jordan and were camped near the town of Jericho.
Hey!
Hello.
One day, Joshua looked up,
Huh?
and there was a man standing before him.
Hello.
The man said, "I am the commander of the army of the Lord." Joshua asked what the man wanted to tell him, and the Lord said he wanted Joshua to take the city of Jericho,
All right.
but that Joshua needed to follow his instructions exactly.
You got it.
Jericho was shut for fear of the Israelites.
Anyone home? Yeah, well.
No one came out and no one came in. So the Lord told Joshua to gather his soldiers and march around the city for 6 days.
Mark.
The priests were to take the Ark of the Covenant, and 7 priests were to go in front of it, blowing a ram's horn. On the 7th day, They were to march around the city 7 times and blow the horn. Then all the people of Israel were to give a great shout.
Then what?
And then the city walls would fall.
Whoa! Yeah, let's do it.
So Joshua said, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." And the people did shout. And the walls did fall.
Let's go!
The Israelites overtook the city of Jericho as God had commanded.
Rahab!
They remembered Rahab because of her faithfulness. Joshua was faithful in carrying out God's commands, and the Israelites took many other cities as God told them they would.
Oh, nice!
For God will never fail to fulfill his promises. So the Israelites came to live in the land that God had promised Abraham, Isaac, Israel, Joseph, and Moses many years ago.
Oh, that is embarrassing. Let's move on. That story, okay.
Okay.
Embarrassing for you. That story was insane.
It really was. Joshua and the Israelites were faithful to God, and he was faithful to them. I mean, think about it. It's crazy. The walls of Jericho would come tumbling down like that. I mean, especially for some trumpet.
A little better. It was pretty wild, but it just shows you the power and faithfulness of God.
Yes, it does. You know, our God is always loyal, consistent, and he never changes. He's unfailing.
Joshua and the Israelites never doubted. They went in and captured that land and dedicated it completely back to God. They cleared everyone out of the land except for Rahab and her family because they had helped them.
You know, this story, as crazy as it is kind of like your cake dilemma, Tevis.
Are you saying I should walk around my oven and then a cake will appear?
No. Just simply trust the instructions. Follow the recipe.
Dang it.
God gave Joshua a set of instructions that didn't seem to make much sense. But Joshua understood our main point for the day, that I know God is faithful. And because he knows our God is faithful, he can trust the instructions that were given to him. It can be the same for you and your cake recipe. And you may not understand the whole picture or why the recipe tells you to do certain things. And it's difficult to imagine the finished product, but you can be sure that you will get a cake out of the instructions if you follow them to a T.
That kind of makes a lot of sense. If I just follow the recipe and if I stick to the measurements and the amounts listed, I know that I can come out with a finished cake.
That's right. Even you can bake. You can be Tevis the baker.
Okay.
And you can do it. And Liz will have the best birthday ever because of your cake.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know, Jay, our God was super faithful to Joshua with the wall, and that story is amazing. But his most amazing act of faithfulness is the promise he's fulfilled through his son, Jesus.
That's a great point. God was faithful in supplying us with the Savior. He promised we would be rescued, and he was faithful. God sent Jesus to us as an ultimate gift to die for every one of our sins. He put the sins of the entire world on his back.
He sure did. And he wants us to accept this gift and have a relationship with him, allowing him to be our very best friend and to lead us and guide us through life.
That's right. And it is the best decision you can ever make, to allow Jesus into your heart and lead your life. And he will lead you to an amazing life because he is faithful.
Stories like this, seeing what he's done for others and how he's provided for you and I, helps me realize how faithful Jesus truly is.
Yeah.
You know, today has been a great day, although I was a little stressed when I got here.
Yeah, but you're gonna make the best birthday cake ever, my friend.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be really great. Okay, I'm in the kitchen, I've got my ingredients, and I've got my recipe, and I don't know what I'm doing, but Jay told me that if I just follow the instructions and do what I'm told, then my cake will turn out great. So let's get to cooking. Okay, first step, 1 cup of flour. Ooh, I need a cup. This is a cup, so this should work. Let me just get everything situated. And that should be enough. I think that's pretty good. Okay. That's looking good. That looks like when my mom makes cakes, so good. Okay, next on the list. Milk. Doesn't say how much. Okay, next ingredient. Milk. Okay, well, it doesn't say how much, but this says whole milk, so I'm thinking I should just use the whole thing. All right. So that should be good. And last on the list, eggs. Says 1 egg, and I have 1 carton of eggs here, so that's gotta be what it means. All right. Whoops, that should be fine. No issue there. I'm getting pretty good at this. Last 2. All right. And lastly, it says whisk thoroughly. Here's my whisk, and just get in there. Okay, then I just put this in the oven, and I think we're good to go. Happy birthday, Liz. All done. This looks pretty good. Liz is gonna love this. I can't wait to give it to her. But before I give it to her, I should probably try it just to make sure it's good. So I'll just take a little bit here. That is really good. I should probably just get a little more. That is so good.
I hope you're gonna bring me some. I helped you with all that. You probably should bring me
You
some.
actually helped me a lot. It turned out super well, and then I finished it. I didn't even give it to Liz.
Like you finished
It was
make-
amazing. It was
you
delicious.
You ate it?
Yeah, so you can't have any. I'll probably never
Okay.
do it again. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye. I don't get any cake. You
None.
make me none?
None at all.